Alright, let's continue with the game. I didn't finish the prologue yet, like 3 hours in. I probably played only 2 hours. 1 hour of that was character creation, which was surprising. It took me that long. We've broken down this gate. Let's see. Make it to the meeting with the heir. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in a raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk out of fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
Her expression is calm, terrifyingly so, for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised in an inviting gesture.
An apparition. A sorceress apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
I don't think it's her, or maybe she's possessed. This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over
It's not her.
reality.
100%.
I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer can be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around!
Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams muffled and distorted, as if there were a body of water between you and them.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
This can develop into 3 directions: dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. Each includes 5 ranks. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows their conviction, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to their actions and decisions. Promotion through the ranks of each of the 3 directions opens up access to new dialogue lines, events, unique abilities, and also changes the attitude of others toward your character. Also, some items can only be equipped by character. Yeah, okay, I've known that. certain convictions can be applied to some of the gear, I guess, later on. When one of the conviction branches reaches rank 3, Votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, the other two conviction branches cannot be raised above the rank 2 adherent. Their character's allies have convictions of their own as well. We're gonna go with Iconoclast. We're gonna help the people. You look away and the illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voices of the people beyond the shroud of smoke grow stronger and hopeful. Once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors. In your determination, you completely forget about Theodora, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but bellowing fire.
Where did it go? The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy today.
That's how it's done.
Deck officer's helmet.
I always keep my options open.
Is it any good? I missed loot? Wait.
Is there more
We could deal with
it?
Ah. Okay.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak, without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Any goodies in here?
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Oh. Wait, I wanted to check out the other one. The other path. Wait. What's there?
Keep your wits about you.
Ah, that's the lift. Okay, I guess we can go there. Let's see. Let's see what's inside.
Do you see that?
Lord Captain's quarters. Is this like some kind of shortcut to that place? Feels like we should have gone to the lift to get there. Everyone's dead already. She's either taken, yeah, she's dead.
Not dawdle.
Theodora von Valancia's body is sprawled on the large, blood-drenched desk. The arch-militant's corpse still clutching a weapon. He slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
You lean closer to the body. The case of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto pistol shot. An extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise. The last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Привет, Лин. Привет. Huh. Idiot, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killers through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
Да, я решил поиграть во что-то вархаммерское перед Space Marine. Почему не поиграть в самый последний проект, который пропитан лором, да, и тем более ее можно долго проходить. Я, конечно, буду во что-то еще играть параллельно, и мне друг сказал, что вроде бы здесь поменьше текста, чем в Pathfinder, и больше вроде как боев. Посмотрим. Ну, я думал посмотреть Expansion Warcraft в конце месяца, Space Marine, что-то еще было. Ну, я думаю, я хотя бы раз в недельку буду запускать компанию дальше, двигать здесь. Я эту неделю, наверное, всю поиграю в него, потом будет видно. Ну, это тоже, да. Ну, посмотрим, как пойдет, знаешь. Пока что, как всегда, интро очень клевое. Inspect the shards by the desk. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they have been submerged in promethium, broad term for combustible fuel in the Imperium of Men. Dira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
I actually read lore about Argenta's Brotherhood, right? The first one of them, they all color their hair white because either the creator of this Brotherhood, the first woman, she spoke to the Emperor, and after that her hair turned white, basically, and they decided to do that as an order to honor her, I guess. I just read that yesterday. There's so much cool lore. Про DLC, да, ну, видишь, такая большая игра, ты можешь ждать все эти DLC, можешь их ждать. Но опять же, не знаю, люди проходили от и до уже и раньше игру, сейчас уже патчи выходили, но я посмотрю. Inspect the papers. Reports, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initial XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Item received. Ooh. Esteemed Theodora, a change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith upon receiving this letter and performing the necessary preparations of the crew, you are to depart for the Rykat system. One of my acolytes, Interrogator Heinrichs van Kallax, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will without delay make contact with him and offer any assistance required for you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibanda system aboard your ship. On footfall, the Interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of Interrogator Van Kallax's activities on Rykat Minoris is of no concern to you. If required, Van Kallax himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. Let's examine the fellow's body. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter and shards of his skull. The safety on the Archmilitant's weapons is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
Видел новости о разрабов этой игры? Они типа над 4 РПГшками одновременно работают. Ну, если у них хорошо, если у них департаменты так хорошо оптимизированы, что они могут это все разделить так, ну почему нет? Это опять же работают над 4 играми, они, наверное, в разных этапах. Что-то в препродакшене, что-то в продакшене. И да. Мне кажется, следующий этап был для них сделать полностью озвученную игру. На Unreal 5 CRPG на Unreal 5 Unreal 5, честно, пока что, из того, что я видел, игры на Unreal, они не выглядят особо лучше. И обычно у них проблемы с шейдер-кэшингом тоже, с статором и оптимизацией. Нет, ну... Может быть, и даже если для CRPG в более закрытой локации, может быть, не будет таких проблем. Конечно, не знаю. Ну, посмотрим. Пускай жарят, пускай варят. Он плохо оптимизирован был, и он до сих пор, ну, то есть, там на уровне движка проблемы. На уровне движка. Compilation статер от шейдеров, он до сих пор там есть.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Rogue Trader's Cloak grants fellowship for each enemy in 2 cell radius. Nice. Now I just gotta change the armor. Maybe the helm, find something cooler. I was worried that armor won't appear on the character, but I suppose it just you have to find better gear. Armored body glove doesn't appear on this model, but I guess a different type will appear. Да, я играл Хан 2 дня. Игра выглядит намного лучше. По сути, Bullet Drop добавили, новый босс клевый, стрёмный, классно сделан, его легко убить. Меню ужасное, новое, UI. Ну, как-то так, да, я играл вчера, позавчера и день до того еще. Может, сегодня поиграю вечером. Да. Ну, интерфейс реально он отвратный. Theodore's Rosary. The wearer of this amulet gains +10 bonus to commerce and lore. Nice. Anything else? What is this? The parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. No one played that damn thing.
Top, or get left in the dust.
What is that? A bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The light, smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes. Let's go. What happened here? I think everything was broken, taking
face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
Your Emperor won't save you.
So, I'll probably position myself right here. Idira will stand up here. Argenta here. Light and medium armor. Armor protects the character, yeah. Light and medium armor types are both available to you at the moment. Ничего себе. Я не видел прототип видео. Ха. Ничего себе. Я помню, люди говорили, что на релизе Хант выглядел лучше. И потом его очень занерфили. Видимо, из оптимизации. Графически она была лучше. На релизе. The armor stat indicates what percent of incoming damage from an enemy attack it can absorb. The type of armor also influences the chances that the character wearing it will pass a dodge test. Okay. Character in light armor dodges attacks more often, but takes more damage when hit. Medium armor absorbs more damage. I suppose... Wait. Dodges attacks more often. So maybe... Like a ranged character should use light armor, right? Maybe. Heavy leather armor. You have obtained heavy armor. Unlike light and medium armor, heavy armor provides the ability to deflect damage. Deflection is a unique heavy armor stat that reduces damage taken by a specific flat amount. Only characters with a heavy armor proficiency talent can wear heavy armor. Do I have that armor? I don't have that armor. Ah. I guess it mentions Theodore's Abelard's armor. So, let's charge in right here. Cleave them up.
At your beck and call, I took care of this one.
Expose weakness.
I'll make it happen. I won't compromise my principles.
Not in line of sight.
Who, if not me?
I might actually take a shot, both of them, right?
Your end was
Got
inevitable.
him. Heavy damage, exploit. Да, ты любишь это делать? Идти по какой-то или серии, или игры одного издателя.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Even torture to fight like this!
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Doubt is for the weak.
Zap him.
On it.
I've
Sorry, Abelard. Sorry for that.
No can do.
An exemplary strike. Pain and duty go hand in
Chaos
hand.
guides me. See my great works, masters!
I will do my duty. Indeed.
It's as good as done.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'm using the wrong weapon. Fuck! Should have used this, I think. Pistol burst.
I'll do it.
I know what is to come. Will do. Was that you? Or...
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent.
Is there money to be
Leveled
made?
up again. Choose a talent. Available special abilities. At this archetype rank, character gain special archetype ability that can be used as a heroic act or desperate measure. These abilities become available depending on the party's momentum value. I've seen it. Momentum reaches, it's like a limit break in Final Fantasy. If momentum reaches 175, the heroic act becomes available to the character. If it drops below 25, then it may be time to employ a desperate measure. Is it? Wait. Choose it. Thing breach. Immediately restores all EP and MP and gains edgy bonus. Let's see. It also like a passive effect. Like a passive effect. Let's see. Huh. When an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against the enemy deals an additional +5 damage. Does not stack, but it can be reactivated after another attack. That's kinda cool. Like, you hit me, I hit you harder. Interesting. Rage. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Да, и все Origins классные. Классные. Я посмотрю Star Wars Outlaws, как она. Какие оценки у нее будут. Это тоже, по-моему, в сентябре выходит. Слишком много всего одновременно. Ну, потом, может быть, посмотрю. This is also available. Wait. They already are probably available. They're active. Yeah. I'm gonna get the contempt thing. Yeah, let's start with that. For myself, let's see. First target. Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, that attack deals. Reduces toughness and willpower. Expose weakness. Ballistic calculation. If the operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from a distance, attack deals 15% damage. Plus 15% damage. Да, она, по-моему, выходит через день. Randomly distributes the same number of exploits as one using analyze enemies among all enemies in a 10-cell radius. So it's more for, I guess it's for if you're using shotgun and you're using heavier gear to be a little bit closer to enemies. Can work. 10-cell radius. 10 cells. Well, that's some distance. It's not really close. Kinda like this. Passive learning. Let's try this. She's she's a psyker. Or operative. No, she's operative. She's also operative. Yeah. Can give her something else. Uncanny sight. Can place exploits on targets that she doesn't see. Я думаю, что-то покажут новое. Allies under the effect of under the effect of at least one psychic power gain additional armor pen. Oh, this is cool. Pain channeling. When the Psyker kills an enemy with a psychic power dealing more damage than the target's wounds, the excess damage will be dealt to the enemy closest to the target. So if you use this chain lightning attack, it has more damage than the enemy's health. So I guess it's gonna add it to the chain of the attack to the other ones. Okay, I'm gonna get that. And soldier. Oh, camaraderie. Critical hit chance. Let's make it a little bit more tanky.
Keep your wits about you.
Grace of the Oblivious. Swords. No one has intelligence of 35? Ah, wait. They were against toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. I suppose we can give it to 24 health, 28. Same. Yeah, let's give it to her.
Not this Scryer's
Wait.
job.
Which slot is it? Ah, it's here.
Always keep your eye on the prize. I always get the job done.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. But if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader.
Ah, it's like a big choice. You let your people out of the fiery trap on the officer's deck and arrive too late to rendezvous with Edeltrad. They might die. Theodora von Valancius is dead. I found her and the Archmilitant in her study.
God Emperor, preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her Lord Captain, and the house its head. No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
Ah shit. Edeltrad shudders and grabs his shoulder. As you watch, the sleeve of his jacket bursts open and two bone grooves pierce through the fabric.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
The ship can still be steered out of the warp, but we must first restore communication between the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Conrad Voigtwir clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have pearlescent glimmer to them.
We are out of time!
Edeltrad bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Edeltrad's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Voigtwir, you duplicious cur, the rogue trader's death will be avenged.
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
The ritual will not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks
Then who
free
killed
from
her?
the warp.
If it's not,
Watch over
if it
our
wasn't
will.
him.
And farewell.
Edelthrad, don't!
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
It seems finished. Oh, what the fuck? He turned into a chaos beast.
Your demise is already calculated.
Chaos spawn 128. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna stay here. Dark Enforcer. Udira. Stay probably here. Magenta. Stay nearby. Something like this. Natural armor. This creature's armor depends on the amount of its wounds. If it has more than 70% of its total wounds, it has 55% armor. If it has 70 to 40, it has 40%. Okay. Let's start.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. On it.
Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I'm gonna choose it next round.
Will do.
At your beck and call. We'll rule the stars themselves.
It healed itself. Oh shit. Maybe we have to kill the...
I will do my duty. Indeed.
Break their morale!
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
Just a minor setback.
I must not falter.
Death to non-believers!
What is that? Contempt. Okay. Exploit. Expose a weakness.
Personally.
Six, 8. There's no difference.
Who, if not me?
Pale degradation.
On it.
I've suffered worse.
I gotta heal Abelard.
The healing is much appreciated.
Maybe I should rush to the Dark and force and kill them. Can I even do that? I can't.
At your beck and call. Victory is in the target. Well struck.
Follow my lead.
You know what? We're gonna move.
As the Emperor commands, I act. In In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. I'll do it.
I fucked up. Привет, Ромка.
Weather the storm.
Oh wait, they're friendly. The name Dark Enforcer for some reason I've mistook them for enemy. They're yellow. Okay.
My prescience has
Не, я не всякер, я... у меня... Кто у меня был вообще? Operative и... Navy Officer, Origin. Navy Officer.
Was that you? Or
It will be done.
Pain cleanses the body. Doubt is for the weak.
And she misses every shot.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it.
Ten 14. Oh, what's the difference between dismantling attack, second weapon? Ah, it doesn't have a weapon.
Honored to witness this.
But it did more damage.
I won't stand for it.
Target is under a defect or condition.
It's as good as done.
stop it!
Let's finish him. Wait, she's almost dead. Oh no, wait, what? Ah, she stands in poison? I think? Right? What is that? Bleeding. From what?
Will do.
Another level. Whoa. Gloves of Endurance, Mantle of Heroism, and that Blade Shard.
I always have a backup plan.
You found an item that can only be equipped by character of certain conviction rank. You can open... Yeah. Convictions. What is it written? Requires Iconoclast follower. I mean, we can give it to Mr. Abelard. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious in combat, their allies gain +1 to bonus, +1 bonus to damage. And we can give it to a Psyker. Talent. I took contempt. Next up, so wait, no. Contempt gave me more damage after I took a hit. Let's see what else I can. Maybe something for protection. Bot, spam it. Thick skin. +1 damage deflection. Для защиты жми на щит. А, все, понял, фильтры, точно. +5 damage deflection against the first attack made by every enemy. Wait, what? Gain +5 damage deflection against the first attack. I don't really understand. Wait. The first attack made by every enemy this combat. So +5 for each enemy? Nope. Disarm. Buffs endure. Huh. Enemies suffer 10% penalty for every enemy in 1 cell radius around the warrior. So if you charge in, stacks up 3 times. I like this. Available characteristics: toughness, weapon skill, agility. Let's increase strength. So my character. Can increase ballistic skill. No heresy. All allies, excluding Xenos, in the current party gain +5 to the same characteristic as was chosen for humanity's finest. Hmm. There's so much shit. Soldier's first grenade use in combat does not spend AP and does not count toward the attack limit. Soldiers. Dueling Master. Mr. Perry. What? The character can attack with the second weapon in their current weapon set in addition to the usual one attack per round. This attack suffers -20 penalty. I mean, still, it's quite good that you have an... Let's get this dual weapon combat. Psyker. Let's go with willpower. Let's get Fatebringer. Adds armor pen to allies. Ballistic skill. Anything to loot? The Master Helmsman must be found in order to begin the translation from the warp. He is the only person capable of coordinating the crew and guiding the void ship out of this perilous dimension.
Let us not dawdle.
The air is dead.
Rovar, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
How did you people survive in here?
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
I guess this is the entity that is inside of us now, just appearing as Theodora. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath that distinct shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It's taking on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of the Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other a vessel of ancient evil pours into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Who are you to oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world. Pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle.
It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. You are to blame for Theodora's death.
I am the beginning and the end, and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
This violent vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirement's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. by right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision. It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
That was easy.
Done, Master. My apologies.
Actually thought
I meant
we
to say Lord Captain.
would have some kind of test somewhere later on, but you just become a rogue trader. I suppose by the end of the tutorial, of the intro.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. And through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
Yeah. It took me about 4 hours, 20 minutes to get from the character creation to the end of the prologue. Here we go, cargo management. Open the cargo manager screen to learn more about the cargo on your flagship, the amount, the types, and the percentage of cargo being filled up. Cargo is needed when trading with merchants. You will meet them soon. Deep shadows of weariness can be seen in Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your lordship? You cannot help but notice that the seneschal does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing you smile, Abelard pulls himself together. Ah, so this part is not voice now, I see. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputies... Wait, what? By the deputy? While others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voigtvir? Abelard grits his teeth. No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before the answers for all that he was wrought. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I'm still receiving updates from across the ship. They are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort. even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we're currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have an honor of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. How do we come to lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and where they could be found, which is unsurprising given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers, Abelard grimaces. Alright, let's go. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to adjutants, probably, at the far end of the magnificent chamber. Dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restrained joy, curiosity, and wittiness. Attention officers, you have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Zelkor von Valencias will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Yawn. Nah, I'm not gonna be rude as that. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman, whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suriota of the Toliman line, our new Vox Master. It is an honor to serve you, your lordship. The Vox Master offers a deep bow. Oh, she looks crazy. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I'm your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Besides her is Raver, the Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us, to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with a pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factotum, Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honor, your lordship. You must trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for artillery aboard, the Furnace Master, whose crew work to prevent extinguished fires in the ship, and lastly the Drives Master, servant of the Omnicia, a supernatural entity, god of all knowledge, worshipped by the Adeptus Mechanicus. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all tech priests. Mechandrites, a tentacle-like robotic limb, prosthetic surgically attached to the spine. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. Let's start from the first one. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall young man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The result has been submitted to the Seneschal in the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice, pitched for your ears only. The lad is managing well so far. he can take the heat, so to speak. High Factorum, what have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I'll personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We'll be able to make our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact belongs to the Winter-Scale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caligus Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets. Drive Masters, I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Vox retranslator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnicia, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Ingenseer Prime, overseer and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. Would someone care to translate the esteemed driver master's words? No, everything was understandable. The tech priest bows her head. There's a quest. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Cap. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ships sound more or less, but without our Engineer Prime and Navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was Navis Nobilite Station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck. A true blessing from the God Emperor. The sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances, the thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up Asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as Prometheum and supplies last, and if any thick-ass groks, shit lowlifes come sniffling around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Master Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No. My job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone, we've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins, every second officer is dead. And now we got the Green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, seize this mutineer. Ah, there we go, the first execution already. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all, your lordship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Decide find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. Execute him. I'm gonna probably go with Iconoclast. Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack we have endured. Abelard stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members and we require a new engineer, prime and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I see to the Vox Master on this point, Mr. Stoliman. We're in the Rykad star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobelite station has not simply failed to answer it, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykad Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seems to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. Maybe like this heresy incursion also happened somewhere on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest and the new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobelite station and find out what in the void is going on. Your lordship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering, who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? And I shall tell you, the Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor. The chief architect of his will in the Coronis Expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You're referring to the contents of that note, I presume? Yes, quite right. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrich van Kellogg's. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobelite or the Governor of Rykad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it's a mere taste of the daily burden of the rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencia's protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he's about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourself. The Sister of Battle grimly nods toward Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word burst from her lips: daybreak. She's probably also possessed by those visions. Would make sense. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it. Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak, or maybe it's dawn, and it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress? Alas. No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. Can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you will benefit from them as well. If there is nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Ooh, that's a lot of reading I just did. Use the system map in the center of the bridge to issue orders. So first of all, I will probably speak to companions.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Sister,
Trader.
It's voiced? You said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader.
The cursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members. They orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valance's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the rogue trader could meet with the orphans. We could. I will meet with them, no formality is needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives for the Von Valance's dynasty. My consideration is the least that they deserve. I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request. The motley group of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our what is that word? Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Schola Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argent is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, the ship perks up and announces her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of the ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the rogue trader of the House von Valancius. You notice Infernus Master Heinrich Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. I, the rogue trader and the Lord Captain of the ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the von Valancius banners and those of Imperium. I'm proud of them, and I believe that you will become their worthy heirs. The teenagers hang on your every word with bated breath. Only a few at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed by your speech. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for your noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both to calm him and scold him for his impudence. If you have things to say, say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks, or worse. I can see why some of them are so cynic, for sure. Imagine spending probably their whole fucking line. Their whole family were born and raised on the ship for generations, probably. Or maybe not. The punish the troublemaker, put the rest back in their base. You can be a tyrant. When the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command, I fought, and I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. You heard the rogue trader? His words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to see whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly, then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packages streets with von Valancius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the seneschal came prepared for any contingency. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement and then leaves the bay.
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy. With her dark eyes shining and a slight blush to her cheek, she's reciting a prayer and looks at you. Only once she has spoken the final line. Zelkor, greetings, man. I can't read even my nickname. How did you end up on Theodora's ship? Argenta's
I first came here when I found myself in need of
Voiced.
passage from Footfall to a
That's
remote
surprising.
planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the pirate attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy. I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, while her crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I'd barely recovered from my wounds when the pirates struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
What happened to the people who wounded you? Did Theodora's men eliminate them?
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more, and it's bound to happen someday.
You mentioned making a mistake.
It happens even to the best of us. My mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard. The path to that planet was lost.
That was donkey.
All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared. I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistic systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Tlas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the pirates. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright. As you wish.
Warden of the Expanse. Rumor, contracts, quests. Prologue's done. Chapter 1, looking for trouble. 3 points. Visitor Vicari Philia, the prison planetoid. The prison planetoid in Rykert system may have caught the interrogator's attention. Make contact with the Navis Nebulite station. those are different places. Companion quest. Grant is complete. Aaron's new blood. The crew losses suffered during the cultist raid can be remedied on Racket Minoris. Machine Spirit Keeper. The void ship requires a new engineer who may be found somewhere in the system. The guide. The void ship needs a new navigator. One may be found on the Navis Nobilite station. So everything leads to different places. Okay. Where was the cargo? Well, how do I look at the cargo? Cargo list, cargo. What do you do with trophies? Guess we have to find a trader and we can sell it. Oh. No more scrap. Posts. This post oversees the crew and gives orders to other posts. Let's make him probably Supreme Commander. Requires athletics. There's some kind of strange pause each time you exit, like a menu system inventory. Like a 2 seconds delay, then you can play. Strange. The events of Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as Kronos Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to the point of interest, then click to initiate the event. Or open the planet view. Unidentified wood ship. Where's my ship? Ah, it's here probably. Riket Majoris is closer. I have 3 quests there. Riket Minoris. Probably gonna go there. The guide, make contact with Navis Nobilite Station. Maybe I should do this. Lord Captain reporting, the heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. We will not invade Navis Nobilite Station without first acquiring official approval. Lord Captain, only the navigators are blessed with the gift of steering ships through immaterium. Anyone else would succumb to the same nightmarish influence it projects on the crew and the vessel. To attempt traversing warp space without a guide is a fool's errand. True. Forgive me for intruding, Lord Captain, but I feel it is my duty to remind you that the Navis Nobilite are highly respected citizens of the Imperium. Humanity's guides through the warp. The power and status of a highborn navigator house is akin to that of your protectorate. To aid them in their hour of need is to acquire an influential ally. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clanging tumblers. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader, and the declaration of your intent to negotiate it in person. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdis's measured voice. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We're able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered. When some fully pressurized, the signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? We're docking. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for your esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master? It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls.
My lips are sealed.
Confess! What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
So I guess they're dealing with heretics. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests in the station. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his very face. And not just his own blood. Two jet black and blinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of Navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. The Navigator frowns. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother. But wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be Lord of the von Valancius dynasty, yes? I am absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Fella Christoph August, keeper of the station. So you do not come to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uruk 5 is a holy sanctum of House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. I'm looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator, one Heinrichs van Kallax. Do you know anything about his present location? The Lord Inquisitor's interrogator? I think I would know if such an important individual decided to pay us a visit. Provide me with a navigator and I will immediately depart the station. I do not think this is possible. Uruk 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, Felix gestures at the disorder around him. You have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the Nobelite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Uruk 5, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner, greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments, and then furiously slams the end of his staff in the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia, and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. I guess, right? Let's help him. I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood and winces in pain, and yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. Haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to Mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orcelius herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priest ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. So what have you decided, descendant of the von Valancius line? The Rogue Trader's aid will cost House Orcelia, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. So be it. Hurry, the mistress's safety is all that matters. But should you fail, our arrangement is finished. We're not gonna do it for free, right?
Success is the only outcome I accept.
The corpses were mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain and the hands are fused with improvised weapons.
I always keep my options open.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
I'll make an example out
All
of
right.
you! Stand your ground!
Speeding up animations in combat. In combat, you can significantly increase the animation speed of your enemies and allies. To do so, hold assign key. Oh fuck, I didn't want to do that! God damn it!
Guided by faith. Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak. I refuse.
Follow my lead.
Weapon at the ready. My
What?
faith
Wait, what did I
strengthens
do?
me.
What? Wait, what? They said I can speed up the animation with space. Hold, no, it fucking sucks. It's the same button as end the turn. Fuck that. It's gonna be miles 4.
Stay vigilant.
There we go.
Follow my lead. Break their morale. Follow my lead.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I'll see to it personally. On it. I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
Follow my lead. Indeed. Reduced to dust.
Weapon at the ready. My faith strengthens me.
I'll do it.
Onward!
She killed her own. Idiot.
I will endure.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Or
Stay vigilant.
Just a minor
Follow my
setback.
lead.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
High momentum.
Accept your lot. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do like you. One fewer target. Victory is imminent.
Break their morale.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
But of course.
On it.
My place is at the fore. At your beck and call.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
That is not the Emperor's will. I will not. I refuse. Cover me!
I'll see to it personally.
A tactically sound approach. Reduced to dust!
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experiences.
Intercepted conversation between security officers. Huh. What happened to that one? Drew himself out of the pressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Some heresy. Sounds like some heresy. Oh, medium armor. Look at all that gear. Doesn't have a color.
Keep your wits about you. That's how it's done.
Most of the unfortunate souls took their own lives by slicing their guts wide open. Holy shit. Ugh.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We should deal with this.
What is that? Just Reaper auto pistol. Solid projectile. 10% armor pen. I'm gonna probably use it in my second slot.
Let us not dawdle.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Just as I planned. Rise to the or get left in the dust.
What was that?
The crew continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I fear it may affect the performance
Fresh
of their
injury.
duties in service of the Lord Captain.
In his service, will they find strength and fortitude?
damn it.
Only thus will they turn
Don't
their
have
hearts
medkits.
away from the frailties that lead to heresies.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Noble silk gloves. The war gains bonus to persuasion. Hmm.
I always get the job done. Is there money to be made?
Should I go here first? Okay, let's get in. Did you hear the screams? Move! Sir, are you alright? We can't hear anything. People are going crazy. Now I see, you are in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Oh, God. I think I want to go back.
Keep your wits about you.
Never doubt me.
I always have a backup plan. That's how it's done. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Well-maintained sniper rifle. Long glass. Ranged weapon. Additional hit chance 25. Dodge reduction by plus 20. Let's have a look at this. Interesting, it has the same amount of armor, but it's light. I wonder why color scheme doesn't work.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
For some reason, the arch enemy's twisted influence has found its way into the station. Uwe. He's for some reason is named. Uwe has his tongue cut off, just like the rest of the lesser servants of the House Arcelia.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
The cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The cogitator's insides emit creaks and groans, and lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the cogitator system. Request data on the station's navigators. After a brief pause, the data appears on the vid screen. Felic Arcelia, location Min Hall, status alive. Theobald Arcelia, location Upper Chambers, status alive. Colomira dead. Alexis is dead. 3 of them dead. The archive data stored in the cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual logs for examination. Okay. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary causes officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6 and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale sign for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. Our rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor, you hear me? Anyone. If you're in doubt, shoot to kill. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another. To the child? What the fuck? Which child? Maybe there's a child psyker? The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 months. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's power. To the child's powers. Data expunged. Identity confirmed. Regent Auronto Arcelia. Date to visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. The yellow lights above the control panel flicker to life and a singular repeating message streams down the vidscreen. Warning, damage in technical compartments. A12, B3, D8, H24 detected. Warning, living quarters L10, L16, L28 depressurized. Warning, unable to access the station's docking system. So it was sabotaged. Acquired access level security captain or above. The current access level senior security officer. We can try tech. Success. Nice. Easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the second machine. The Cogitator's overloaded processor were unhappily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but at least of the most recent commands, having embedded in the machine's spirit consciousness, now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child delete big flow, disable access code, annual station controls, delete activate shuttle, self-destruct purge command log. I see. The system cannot carry out your command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the Cogitator's mechanism. Open all doors. Did I choose the right thing? Maybe all of them were doing the same thing. Ah, so the door was closed before. I didn't check. Okay. Depressurized. Open. Man elevator. Alright, we've done this part. We can return.
I always keep my options open.
How did I miss? Heresy has found its way. What? Wait. There's loot that I missed. Warp Seer goggles. What is this? Bonus to lore. Who has lore bonus to that? 40, 35. I mean, we can give her goggles. There was something else.
Keep your wits about you. Just as
Synthetic amniotic fluid pulls across the floor. Barely discernible traces stretch to the side opposite to the entrance. Biogels. Wait, we had a medkit.
Let us not dawdle.
I'm at your service. Oh, field medicine at its finest.
But you... What it actually gives me?
Profit and a taste for
The
adventure.
wound. Fresh injury. Stack of 1 out of 20. Injury received from a trap or sudden large amount of damage. If not removed with a medkit, it will turn into an old injury. Too many injuries reduce the character's result and cause traumas.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Let's patch you up.
I won't forget this. Always keep your eye on the prize.
They all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. Trans Sorcerer. Remake the control road. Tissue flask. Okay, let's say I have no idea if I'm gonna do the right thing here. If it will change depending what I'm adding to the machine. Ugh. More and more servants are being influenced by the materia, but it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winterscale dynasty.
This is intriguing.
Did it work? Turn to Felix. What do I do with this, I wonder? Agent Flask. Wait, what is that? Connector loot. Which loot? Goods, Meteorite dust.
Is there money to be made?
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Fellow Corsello looks a little better. His tangled hair is now neatly braided, his wounds are tightly bandaged, and there is some elfie color under the scales on his cheeks. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. Idira suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks so poor and flimsy they fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Who is who? Who do you see behind the masks? My whisperers are giggling nastily. They will not speak. They note little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Tell me more, what paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. It might be linked to the two surviving navigators from his family. Thank you, I did not understand a single word. This station has enough problems without your sorcery, Psyker. Felix waves Idira off and looks at you expectantly. Keep the key. I have many questions. Okay, let's keep the key. There is darkness swirling in Felix Orselius' bottomless eyes as he bares his sharp teeth in defensive snarl. Care to explain yourself? Sign of the von Valancius dynasty? What is the meaning of this? Who is the child mentioned in the documents and report found on the station? You meddled with something that should have been left alone. The keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station servants call Lady Tassia. For the commoner's dirty mouths must not sully your name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are still able to speak. The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. That's why they are insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dare to raise their hand against the signs of noble bloodline? The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Did you really think more servants could plan a coup? Mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty. Half of my guards butchered one another because they suspected treason. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress. Destroying the shuttle, shutting off the power, and disabling the security systems. Too many things require special access available only to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you are aware, there were two keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Orselio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen Eurek 5 and our noble line. So this is a choice where you either fuck it up and help the actual traitor. I think he might be a traitor actually. Her prophecy said something about one is a blind man and the other is guided by rage. I saw the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station system, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed. Or maybe after, or Felix' stern face twist in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who is going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God Emperor, you will keep the slanderous accusations to yourself. I'll listen to a recording of private conversation between the station's officers. You are very lenient toward them, purposefully neglecting the security protocols. I was lenient, this is true, and in the end I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The surgeons have left almost nothing of my home. The Keeper spits out the last few words with particular bitterness. Alright, let's go with him. Felix exhales loudly and smiles. Thank you, Rogue Trader. I don't even know what to say. Status and honor prevented me from admitting it before now, but you have awoken hope in me. Hope that I might actually leave the station together with the mistress, which is why I'm about to ask one last favor of you. The lowly insurgents got their hands on a weapon that suppresses my navigator powers. Their absence makes me a living target, but this weapon is useless against you, as is the bunch of lunatics wielding it. I humbly ask you to deal with the scum huddling upstairs, and hurry to adorn my mistress with the relic of our house, a sacred amulet against all evil. Recent events have badly disturbed Lady Cassia's psyche, and warp entities always lust for weaker souls, especially when the veils grows thin. You too will be safe next to this charm. And what will I get in return? You will get everything you wanted, a loyal navigator and the undying gratitude of House Arcelia. Glowing stone. You're going to need this charm. Felix hands you a precious stone without a setting. Its luminous surface remains cold to the touch, no matter how long you hold it in your hand. And may the God's Emperor light be with you.
I always keep my options open.
Is her? Probably not. The pale figure with unnatural long limbs covered her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet mistress' eyes. Her spiny gills slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament, and when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. As otherworldly creatures' gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warp nightmares re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Idira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. As if my little pals weren't bad enough, now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head and her white hair veils her face. Let's see. Lady Cassia, I'm here to help you. Please calm yourself. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and a howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was something calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? Zelkor von Valancius, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. A knee settles over her feather features and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, Zelkor. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. The heavy-set old man, who had been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs, his eyes swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you, sacred child? Throne preserve. Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins, and his bulging milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orsilia down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's deranged. So deranged, it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open the eye of his. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense. Esteemed whoever you are, Abelard places a hand on his weapon. At present I am determine what is happening on Iraq 5. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come covering the riches of wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix service. So who are you? Zelkar von Valancius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orsilia now asks a service of you. Save the life of a child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today, you decide. I want to know what happened between you and Felix. Felix is my wayward student. He came to Eric 5 as a Kalau youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novators, Tisphone Orselia, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy! The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child has come of age and taken up the novator's throne. So choose whose side you are on, a murderous traitor or a lawful scion of noble house. Theobald speaks these words softly, looking at the unconscious young woman with reverence. Felix accused you of treachery, Theobald. Why should I trust your words? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. The old man looks at the unmoving Cassia and shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice, or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite. If the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you, I guarded the station against calamity and incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe the security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in Navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have a long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood briskly away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Auronto, acting head of House Orselia, in Corona's expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservation about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia, and painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. I'm gonna bring Felix. Rash words that will cost you your life. The old navigator balls his first. The veins on his arm bulge black and his third eye opens. To me, defenders for the child. Defenders of the child. Duty calls us now.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
To the death.
I have no idea if I have done the right thing, but to me it feels like the other navigator was just he didn't want to continue the tradition of some sorts. I don't know, we're gonna figure it out later. Let's go with this choice.
Why did I not foresee this? On it. Will do. Was it you? Or...
Weapon at the ready!
Moving out! Stop mocking me.
My ears are ringing.
Follow my lead!
It will be done.
It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. On it.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll do it.
Doubt is for the weak. It's nothing.
My faith. What you me?
Anything else? On it.
Stay vigilant.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Cut him up.
Indeed.
I'll make it happen.
Why am I missing? Wait. Maybe the type of weapon is not suited for my character. Strange.
As the Emperor commands.
High momentum.
I am his will made manifest. You, my Emperor. Faith without deed.
But of course, what an unfortunate turn of fate. Anything else?
It's a temporary setback.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
I'll see to it personally. Who if not me? You never stood a chance. I refuse.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
My prescience has failed me. What?
Right, we've dealt with them. Wait, there's another one? Oh shit.
I'm not so sure.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
High momentum.
I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable.
What have you done? Don't touch me. I will manage on my own.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
It is as if painting was rendered by several different hands. The timid, uncertain lines interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. Ooh, improved Enforcer light carapace. Looks interesting. Flak chestplate, armored body glove. Autogun. I wonder why it doesn't change the color. Probably should give him some gun in the second slot.
Keep your wits about you.
Almighty Emperor be praised. My beneficent mistress is safe. Wonderful, this is wonderful. The weight of the world has been lifted from my shoulders. Philip grins mockingly before turning grim. You monster. Cassia flinches at the navigator's words and clenches her fists. Her sharp nails dig into her soft skin, drawing blood. Cassia's face, however, remains dispassionate. Traitor. Oh shit. I align myself with the traitor. Man, I should have gone. Nah. Nah, man. It didn't save me. It didn't save me. Wait. You know, we're gonna play this part. I've made it like a dumb decision, I don't know, but like, yeah.
I always have a backup plan.
Made a dumb mistake.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Wait, I didn't I create it?
Let us not dawdle.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
I'm gonna choose the other one. I suppose it is time to remove my mask. Congratulations, you've got me, but did you really expect me to be sincere this entire time? To welcome you with open arms, an ally of Tisiphone and her monster? The accursed child who has tormented the navigators of the House of Celia for years? Don't make me laugh. You arrived to help her completely destroy our house, and I cannot let that happen. What are you babbling about? I know nothing of this Tisiphone or monsters of any kind. You do not? Felix hesitates for quite a while. In that case, accept my sincere apology for the deception in my earlier behavior. I had no intention of making an enemy of von Valencia's heir, nor of destroying the station that served as my home for many years. They left me no choice. You cannot even imagine what monster lurks in the upper chambers. An evil, a plague, a pestilence in our bloodline that seeks to destroy House Orcelia from within. And Theobald and his followers just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassie is a sign of a merciless tyrant, but it is not her relation to Tisiphone that is terrifying. She is a monster whose powers drive servants insane in mere turns. A cursed child who can kill a navigator from Orcelia bloodline with just a look. I alone managed to get close enough to her over the years. She lowered her guard and trusted me, and at long last I rid my house of the curse. This is the truth. If your cursed child agrees to become my navigator, I will gladly rid you of this burden. I don't know, man. There's so many options, and like it's not even right now. It's not obvious. So he's obviously scared of her potential powers, connection to the warp, and damn. Seems like yet another lie. Tell me, do you even ever speak the truth? Pity. Felix squares his shoulders and gestures to his guards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you are merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die.
I'll make an example out of you.
Let's fucking kill him.
You shall survive.
Wow.
My lead. Break their morale.
I've suffered worse.
That hurts.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's justice.
Over-penetration. Some shots are able to pierce enemies through and deal damage, not only to them, but also to the character standing behind them. Yeah. Makes sense.
Farewell. On it. That is not my destiny. Anything else? I must not falter. Death to the heretic!
Follow my lead. Weapon at the ready.
Stop it!
I don't need luck. I have strategy. On it. I'll make it happen. It's as good as done.
Can't heal him.
Victory is imminent. Indeed. Target well struck. I will do my duty. It will be done.
My faith strengthens me.
Reduced to dust. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
High momentum.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. I'll do it.
God damn it.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
Thank you. But of course.
What is the ring?
Who if not me?
It replaces it.
Victory is imminent. Once you a target, it will be done. Brace yourself, Abelard.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. Eradicated.
Got him!
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak.
Was that you? Be gone.
Critical hit shots. Oh. So if you're using goggles and not a helmet, it uses your default hat. Huh. Okay, I can give the helmet probably to someone else, maybe to Abelard. He's always up front. Well, I'm gonna save here and continue after a break. I gotta go and eat something.